Good morning, students. Welcome to our biology class for today. My name is Mr. Evans Olise. Alright, this morning we're not going to be discussing anything new. We're just going to be revisiting all that we've done from week 1 to week 4. And this is going to be of advantage to those who just join us in the middle of the term. Alright, so just sit back and relax and listen very attentively. We started with nervous system. We went to the respiratory system, and the circulatory system followed suit. Alright, so at the end of this lesson, you should be able to summarize the nervous, respiratory, and the circulatory system. Having said that, what is the nervous system? Come on. The nervous system comprises of organs and specialized cells that are responsible for the transferring or transmitting of messages from the brain to the body and body, and from the body to the brain. I said that nervous system comprises of organs and specialized cells, okay, that assist or that are responsible for transferring and transmitting messages from the brain to the spinal cord and the spinal cord to the brain. I also said nerves are whitish fibers that are responsible for sensation. I gave the two parts of nervous system, central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system comprises of the brain and the spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system, okay, is responsible for the activities and the movements of the body. Activities and the movements of the body, both the voluntary movement and the involuntary movements. The voluntary movement is being coordinated by the somatic nervous system, while the involuntary movement is coordinated by the autonomic nervous system. Okay, now we also went to the respiratory system, and we say respiratory system comprises of organs called the respiratory organs that aids in respiration. Respiratory system comprises of respiratory organs that aids in respiration. These respiratory organs, we have the lungs, alveoli, we have the bronchi, we even nose is part of the respiratory organs. Okay, now respiration, we say, is the production of energy through breathing in air and breathing out air. The air we breathe in is the oxygen, the air we breathe out is carbon dioxide. We breathe out carbon dioxide, which the plants use to photosynthesize their food, and they give us oxygen, okay, which we breathe in for energy. Okay, we have two types of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic, majorly. Now, we said aerobic respiration involves oxygen, involves air. From the name aerobic, it involves air. Anaerobic does not involve air. Okay, now we discuss the stages in anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, because I told you that for your level now, we're going to be looking at aerobic respiration. And we say the broken down of food to react with oxygen. It gives carbon dioxide as the product, water, and energy. I even showed you the symbolic representation of the stage. Alright, we went to the respiratory diseases, and we say that these are disorders or diseases that affect the respiratory organs, like the lungs, like the bronchi and so on. Okay, these are diseases and disorders that affect the respiratory organs. Now, what causes this? I told you smoking, harmful smell, air pollutants. These stuffs, harmful substances that pollute the air, all these give rise to respiratory diseases, because when inhaled, okay, it competes with oxygen that passes through the respiratory tract, and so contaminate the oxygen that we breathe in, and it therefore becomes toxic to our health. So even things like spray, insecticide, mosquito coil and so on, smoke, not just cigarettes, but smoke from the kitchen, smoke from the exhaust, smoke from factories, and so many others. All these are responsible for respiratory diseases. Now, one of the effects of respiratory diseases What are the effects of respiratory diseases? Okay, I didn't talk about examples of respiratory diseases. We have things like asthma, lungs cancer, cystic fibrosis, emphysema, okay, even pneumonia and so on. And we explained this. I even gave it to you as an assignment. I want to believe that if you've read it, you've understood you've understood what it entails. So effect of respiratory diseases, I told you weakness. Once your respiratory organs are faulty or infected, okay, it therefore means that breathing becomes difficult, and as such the energy derived will become limited. You can't derive sufficient energy enough, because don't forget, respiration or breathing is the production of energy through breathing oxygen, intake of air, and outgive of air. So the end product is energy, okay, is energy. So someone that has faulty respiratory organs, therefore respiration becomes difficult, and if respiration becomes difficult, sufficient energy won't be obtained. So you see that the patient becomes very weak. That's why you see asthmatic patients, they are always weak, always tired, because they don't have sufficient air, because they don't have sufficient oxygen in their system. Oxygen gives energy. Is that right? That's why you see them carrying the external, what is it called? The inhaler for external oxygen, to supply them oxygen so that they can gain energy. And that's why when you get to the hospital ward, you will see patients that have been infused with external oxygen so that they can get energy. So another effect is collapsing. You find out that when a patient is tired and very, very tired, the next thing is that he collapses because he does not have the sufficient energy to keep him conscious. Okay? He does not have that sufficient energy for him to still withstand his grounds or to stand for so long, so he collapses. And if care is not taken from there, he dies. So these are effects of respiratory diseases. How do we treat respiratory diseases? Through medication, use of drugs, that's medication. Through external oxygen, I've explained that, inhaler, infusing of oxygen. Through surgery, when things like lungs cancer, the doctor will advise, you need to be operated upon lungs cancer, and so many other difficult and challenging respiratory diseases that are severe. Okay, so after discussing respiratory diseases, we went to circulatory system, and we say circulatory system comprises of the heart and the blood vessels. The heart is the only organ for circulation. The blood vessels comprises of veins, arteries, and capillaries. And we say circulation is the movement of blood from the heart to the body. Okay, circulation is the movement of blood, nutrient, digested food from the heart to the body. From the heart. Sorry, I said circulation. Circulation. I'm trying to be fast. Circulation is the movement of blood. Circulation is the movement of blood, nutrients, and digested food in the body. Circulation is the movement of blood, nutrients, and digested food in the body. Okay, and we have closed circulation and open circulation. Closed circulation, can you hear me? Closed circulation is the movement of blood. Of course, you know that blood is pumped in the heart. So movement of this blood through vessels Through vessels, blood vessels, not just any vessel, through blood vessels. Blood vessels are responsible for conducting the passage of blood. Blood vessels are responsible for conducting the passage of blood. Okay? Now, the blood vessels, I told you arteries, veins, capillaries. Now, the blood vessels are present in the closed circulation. So blood passes through that blood vessels. They are conducted. Blood vessels are responsible for conducting the passage of blood. But in the open circulation, blood vessels are not present. So blood flows through every opening and pause spaces in the body. Okay, I gave you this as an assignment to discuss the differences between closed and open circulation. I want to believe most of you have done it. Now, having said that, we went to defining circulatory diseases, and we say, just like the respiratory diseases, we say circulatory diseases are disorders that affect the heart and the blood vessels. Affect the heart, okay, the blood vessels, which are the veins, the arteries, capillaries, and so on. We stated some causes of circulatory diseases. We said obesity, unbalanced diet, and we also say lack of exercising, and so many others. Okay, we also gave effects of circulatory diseases. Effect of circulatory diseases. And we talked about things like stroke. We said things like heart failure, high blood pressure. We talked about a lot of it. A lot of it. Okay, so please, I want you to read on your former notes what I discussed with you, from nervous system to respiratory system to circulatory system. When we see on Monday, we are going to start a new topic, which is digestive system. So, but this is your assignment. Discuss extensively on the digestive system. The last time I gave you an assignment on respiratory system, I said discuss extensively, on nervous system, I said discuss extensively on the parts of the nervous system. Many of you just gave me definition, and I was not happy about it. That's why most of you didn't do well in that assignment, because you felt that you've done well, meanwhile you've not done well. So now I'm telling you, discuss extensively on the digestive system. So we are going to see you on Monday. Stay safe and God bless you.